I want to talk about Facebook ads and the iOS 14.5 update that's coming any day now. In this video, I will cover what exactly it is, why it really matters to your Facebook ads. We're going to talk about what Facebook is doing about it, and 3 things that you can do today to prepare yourself for this potentially disruptive update. As a bonus, at the end of this video, I'm going to give you the #1 most cutting-edge direct-to-consumer marketing channel for 2021, so stay tuned. So what exactly is happening with the iOS 14.5 update that is going to affect your Facebook ads? Well, Apple is requiring apps to ask explicit permission from you, the user, in order to track you across apps. So with the 14.5 update, when you open an app, any app on an iOS device that tracks outside of that individual app, it's going to present you with a pop-up and you'll be asked to make a choice. Of these 2 choices, you can choose to allow the app to track you across other apps, or you can choose do not track me. And we suspect, especially with that language, that most people are going to choose do not track me. So how is this update actually going to affect your Facebook ads? Well, right now, apps use iPhone identifiers for advertisers, IDFAs, which allows for comprehensive data collection on a user level. This is data that you use for things like finding your consumers with interest-based targeting, or even just building your audiences on Facebook. It's also something that's used for retargeting people who have been to your website, retargeting people who haven't purchased but have visited your website, or have purchased something on your website, or added to cart but not purchased, all these different retargeting pieces. You also use it for the Facebook Ad Manager analytics to see how your campaigns are performing. And then most importantly, the data is used to optimize and scale your Facebook ad campaigns. Without being able to target based on personalized optimization, the Facebook ads become much less effective. So what is Facebook's answer? Well, Facebook tried to fight Apple on this one and didn't do very well. So Facebook has come up with a solution on the back end to deal with this. And they call it aggregated event measurement. And I'm just going to read you straight out of Facebook's documentation how they describe what this aggregated event measurement is. Facebook's aggregated event measurement is a protocol that allows for measurement of web events from iOS 14 users while respecting their privacy. Aggregated event measurement limits domains to 8 conversion events that can be used for campaign optimization. Now, Facebook doesn't really provide a lot of details. They don't really open up the hood on this one for us to let us know exactly how it works on the back end. But we can extrapolate some things from this, and we'll understand a little bit more as we start to use it and the changes go into effect. But basically what it looks like is happening is ROAS, return on ad spend, is basically being replaced by something they call value optimization. So aggregated event measurement with this concept called value optimization, and it's something that you need to set up. It's not just going to happen automatically, even if you have the Facebook pixel already installed on your website. This still needs to be set up. And there are some eligibility requirements for the value optimization part of this. So in order to use value optimization, you need the Facebook pixel installed, and it needs to be set up to send and optimize purchase events with tracking values. So the tracking values would actually be what shows up in the order. For example, like it's in US dollars and what was the revenue on that order, or what was the order amount on that order, so the actual dollar amount. So your pixel has to be set up to send and optimize with those tracking values. Another eligibility requirement is that you have to have generated at least 30 attributed, optimized click-through purchases with values over the last 7 days. So when you're running Facebook ads, some people will see your ad but not click on it, but later they will go and search in Google for your winery, or they'll just type in your website and you have direct traffic where they purchase. This is what we call view through conversions. Those don't count towards this eligibility requirement. They need to be click through, which means someone sees your ad, they click on it, and then on that first visit, they purchase. And then the last eligibility requirement is, has web events configured in Events Manager with value optimization turned on for the events you want to optimize for value. So that one's pretty straightforward. It's basically saying that this just needs to be set up. So how to prepare for the change? What are 3 things you can do today to be ready for this 14.5 update and be all set up with your Facebook ad account? Whatever domain you're using, your website, that you're using for this Facebook ad account, the top level domain, get that verified with Facebook. This is your very first step. In order to do that, you're going to go into your business settings of Business Manager on Facebook, and then you're going to click on Brand Safety, and then click on Domains. Now, when you get there, click on the domain that you're going to get verified, and Facebook will tell you the steps of what you need to do. The best way to do this, the easiest way, is you're going to go to your website host, into the DNS settings, and create a new TXT entry and enter the information that Facebook gives you. Number 2 is to set up the events in Event Manager. This is where you're going to set up those events we talked about, the 8 events that you're allowed to have per domain, and you're going to be able to set up the value optimization if you meet the eligibility requirements. So in order to set up the events in Facebook Event Manager, you're going to go again into your Business Manager and go to the business settings, and then click on Data Sources, select Pixels, and then up in the right, you're going to see a button for Open in Events Manager. Click on that, and then you'll see 2 tabs at the bottom. Click on Aggregated Event Measurement, and under that tab, you will see Configure Web Events. And when you click on Configure Web Events, then you'll see any domains that you have on the account. So you'll select the domain that you want to configure and choose Edit Events. And this is where you can set up the events that you want. The third thing you can do to prepare for this update is to start planning your campaign goals around cost per acquisition rather than return on ad spend. Remember, the brand that can spend the most to acquire the customer is the brand that wins. So I'm not saying get comfortable with losing money here, because we need to make money for this to be worth it. But a critical focus of your funnel should be customer retention. That is getting those customers to stick with you and make multiple purchases, which increases their lifetime value, which increases the amount that you can pay to acquire a customer, and optimize your campaigns towards that. So there it is. Now you know what the update is, how it's going to affect Facebook ads, how Facebook's preparing for it, and you now have the 3 things you can do to prepare. Get your domains verified in Facebook, set up the events in Facebook Event Manager, and start planning your campaigns around cost per acquisition and focus on customer retention. So, and that brings me to the last piece. This is the bonus piece. What is the number 1 channel, cutting edge? This is number 1 in 2021 for direct to consumer marketing, email marketing here. I'm just going to touch on it briefly. Email marketing gives you a direct relationship with high value consumers. You build relationships, you build credibility. It also keeps you top of mind. The majority of consumers check email daily. And guess what? Millennials got jobs. They have email and disposable income, and they check their email. Email is probably also the least expensive way to reach people who actually want to hear from you. Email drives traffic to your website. Email converts sales at a higher rate than any other channel. You own your list. So that's it. That's all I got. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you really like this video, do me a huge favor and leave a comment. Let me know. Give me a high five, thumbs up, anything. Just let me know you appreciate the video. Thank you for watching.